opening hook and flow into purpose. They say time is money, but that's not true. Money lost can be earned again. Time, once spent, is buried in eternity. You will never see this second again. Not in this lifetime. Not ever. Right now, you are standing in a silent transaction with destiny, paying for your existence with every moment you breathe. The question isn't whether you'll spend time. You already are. The question is, what are you buying with it? Every tick of the clock is not just a measure of minutes. It is a moment you could have moved, built, created, forged something out of nothing. But too many walk around unaware that they are holding the currency of kings and trading it for crumbs. You weren't born to pass time. You were born to command it. When you study the giants, Carnegie building steel empires from nothing, Edison burning through 10,000 failed attempts just to gift the world one filament of light, or Lincoln clawing his way through political failure after failure until history finally made room for his greatness, you will find one truth screaming beneath their stories. They did not have more time than you. They simply refused to waste it. Because they understood something we've forgotten in the chaos of modern life. Time is not a resource. It is the resource, the gatekeeper of all your ambitions, the ultimate amplifier of your vision, or the silent assassin of your potential. So if you don't master time, time will master you, and it does not negotiate. Mindset and awareness of time. You see, most people think time slips through their fingers like sand, but the truth is, they throw it. They hurl it across the floor of their lives every time they say, "I'll do it later." Every time they scroll through someone else's dream instead of building their own. But you, if you are hearing this, you are not most people. You are here because something inside you still believes that greatness is a matter of decision, of direction, of discipline. And that belief, if you protect it, can become your compass in a world built to distract you from it. You must stop treating your hours like they are infinite. You must stop renting your focus to the lowest bidder. You must stop walking through your day like a sleepwalker in your own life story. Because there is no rerun of this day, no rewind, no let me try again later. This is it, and this is where you take control. The most successful people on this planet do not leave their time to chance. They carve it into blueprints. They chisel it into architecture. They understand that clarity is a weapon, and that weapon is forged in planning. You need to become the architect of your time. Start by asking, what truly matters? Not what's urgent, not what's loud, not what's screaming at you from your phone or inbox, but what matters to your vision, to your values, to the life you said you wanted before the world convinced you to settle for convenience. You see, urgency is often a liar. It distracts you with the illusion of progress while your purpose dies quietly in the background. So you must prioritize like your life depends on it, because it does. Write down what matters every morning. Not 5 things, not a dozen, one thing. The one thing that, if accomplished, would move the needle of your life. And then guard that task like it's sacred, because it is. Let the world wait. Let the distractions scream. Let the noise pound on your door. But you stay in the room with your focus until the work is done. Because your future is forged not in someday, but in the hours you claim as your own. You want to build something massive, something breathtaking, something the world will remember you for? Then start small. The pyramids weren't built in a day. The light bulb wasn't born in a weekend. Your dream, the one that keeps whispering to you in the quiet moments, is too big to be tackled all at once. Break it down. Chunk it into pieces so small they can't escape you. Reverse engineer the vision. Start from the summit and trace the steps back to where you are now. Then take the first one. And don't just take it, own it. Because when you break big goals into small, winnable tasks, you do something powerful. You turn the impossible into a checklist. You convert fear into motion. You replace overwhelm with momentum. You don't climb the mountain by staring at the peak. You climb it by planting your foot over and over with intention. And yes, you will slip. But that's not failure. That's friction. And friction builds fire if you keep moving. So take the leap, write the draft, make the call, study the chapter, open the gym door, send the application, wake up early, say no to what doesn't matter, say yes to what does. because action is how time hears you. The world will not give you more time. It will give you more distractions, more comfort, more ways to anesthetize the ache of an unlived life. And every day, that little voice in your head, the one that says you're too late or you're not ready or you've got time, that voice is the gatekeeper of regret. Silence it, because time does not ask if you are ready. It moves, with or without you. The calendar does not wait for your self-doubt to settle down. The clock does not stop because you hesitated. So stop treating time like a gentle friend. It is not gentle. It is a blade, and you can use it to carve out your purpose, or you can stand still and let it carve pieces from you. The truth is, one day you will run out of tomorrows. The clock will hit its final second, and in that moment, you will not wish for more entertainment. You will not wish for more scrolling, more silence, more someday. You will wish you had moved. You will wish you had built. You will wish you had lived the way your soul had whispered before the noise drowned it out. But that day is not today. Today is still yours. Today, the pages are blank. Today, the hours still listen to your hands. And what you write with them will become your legacy. There is a myth we must bury today. The myth that productivity is a personality trait. It's not. It's a decision. A daily one. An hourly one. A decision made in the small, quiet choices when no one's watching. When the alarm goes off and the bed feels like a cradle. When the phone buzzes and your focus hangs by a thread. When procrastination dresses itself as planning and fear whispers that maybe tomorrow's a better day to begin. But there are no perfect days. There is no right time. There is only now. And the ones who rise, who build, who lead, who create, do not wait for inspiration. They create rhythm. They create motion. They create systems. Because they understand this simple truth. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. So if your days feel chaotic, if your life feels like a blur of unfinished ideas, of scattered intentions, of days lost to noise, don't curse your ambition. Build better systems. Refine your rituals. Sharpen the edge of your hours. Schedule like a strategist. Guard your calendar like a general guards his fortress. Because when you own your schedule, you own your power. Most people are living life by default, reacting, putting out fires, answering every buzz, every call, every demand that wasn't part of their plan. But here's the hard truth. If you don't schedule your life, someone else will, and they will not build your dream for you. Let's talk about energy. Because time management is not just about hours on a clock. It's about alignment. If you are managing your time but not managing your energy, you are setting yourself up to burn out. Carnegie, Ford, Rockefeller, these weren't just men of steel and oil. They were men who understood that their mind was their factory. Their attention was their engine. They didn't waste their sharpest hours on trivial tasks. They reserved their peak energy for their greatest priorities. So ask yourself, when are you sharpest? Morning, night, after exercise, after reading? That time, those sacred hours must become the soil where your most important work is planted. You wouldn't plant seeds in frozen ground. Don't waste your genius on shallow soil. You need boundaries, not because you're weak, but because your purpose is too strong to be interrupted by mediocrity. Close the tabs. Silence the noise. Turn off the background buzz that drowns out your mission. Because you are not here to be available. You are here to be effective. You know what robs most people of greatness? Not laziness, not even fear. It's the tiny leaks, the 5-minute check-ins that become 45-minute rabbit holes, the quick replies that fracture deep work, the belief that multitasking is productivity, when in reality it's the art of doing many things badly. Focus is a superpower now, a rare gem in a world hypnotized by dopamine and distractions. And the disciplined, the focused, they are not better than you. They are just better at saying no. So say no. Not out of selfishness, but out of sacredness. Say no to anything that trades your greatness for temporary comfort. Say no to the invitations that dilute your mission. Say no to the easy paths that lead nowhere. Because every no to distraction is a yes to destiny. And yet this won't be perfect. You will fall off track. You will have messy days. You will break your own rules. Good. Because discipline is not about perfection. It's about the pattern. It's about returning. It's about noticing when you've slipped into the shadows and choosing to step back into the light. And every time you return, you're stronger because you remembered. You remembered that your time is not a burden, it's a gift, not a chore, but a canvas, not a ticking threat, but a living opportunity. And every second you own, every moment you reclaim, builds the architecture of a life that matters. You were not born for busy work. You were not born to chase schedules that don't belong to you or goals that don't reflect who you are. You were born to build. You were born to lead. You were born to take this brief, beautiful moment called life and turn it into something unforgettable. But only if you manage your time like it's the oxygen of your potential, because it is.